Hello everybody, this is Art with AllThumbsGaming.com, and this is Halo 4. Halo 4 is awesome. This is literally my very first game. My very first time ever playing Halo 4. My gameplay is not incredibly awesome. My kill-death ratio is not out of this world. But I wanted to make sure that I posted my first gameplay, just so that you guys could see how I did with no practice, with no map knowledge, with no real gun knowledge. I mean, I've been keeping up with the news. I've been watching. Oh, and there's my very first kill in Halo 4. It was a bull true against a sword guy, and the guy just kind of dissolved into ashes, which is pretty awesome. But I am loving this game. It is incredible. I love the changes that they made. The gameplay is much faster than it was in Reach, and I'm really enjoying it. But yeah, I wanted to give you my authentic very first gameplay. I did turn out to play a lot better later in the night. I've played for a total of about 3 hours so far, and I wanted to be sure and give you my very first game in all of its flawed glory, I guess you could say. And hopefully in the future, as I learn the maps, as I learn the controls, as I learn the guns, I will be able to be much more proficient, and we'll be able to put up some pretty awesome scores for you guys. Off the bat, some things that I think are helpful. I'm actually playing on the default controller button layout. I was considering going to bumper jumper with this game, but for me, I guess the default just feels really good. Now, I am playing with control freaks, which are basically thumbstick extensions, so that allows me to effectively play with a higher look sensitivity without sacrificing any control. The increased leverage on the sticks allows me to have a little more dexterity so that I can have the advantage of moving faster without the disadvantage of moving too quickly. And I'm just cleaning up here with the scatter shot, as you can see, and that's my first death. So I ended up with a killing spree, which is 5 kills with no deaths. So I was pretty pleased with that. I'm using the preset loadout that comes with the game. You basically start out as a recruit and don't have the option of picking a whole lot of customization until you get a higher rank and are able to unlock things. So that's why I'm using the DMR. The DMR, I like it. I think I am much more of a fan of the BR, just because the BR does not have bloom, but where the DMR has a true advantage is at range. So if you're the kind of person who stays in the back of the map and puts shots on people who are really far away, like I'm doing right now, then the DMR will probably suit your needs a little bit better than the BR. The BR becomes more inaccurate at distance, but it has a little bit faster rate of fire and no reticle bloom, which to me makes it more effective at close to mid-range. But yeah, the DMR, it's this loadout also came with the hologram armor ability, and I think that's about it of note. I did not unlock any of the armor specializations in this gameplay because obviously this is my first game. I have not played any of the campaign yet. I usually, when I play Halo games, I play the campaign first and then go on to multiplayer. But in this case, I had a buddy come over and play at my house the day it came out, and so since both of us want to play the campaign solo on Legendary on our own, we decided to just go into multiplayer straight away. In regard to the campaign, I've thought about doing a recording of a Legendary playthrough of the campaign, but I'm not sure if I want to devote the time to that or if you guys just want to see multiplayer gameplay. So let me know in the comments what you'd like to see, and I'll try and accommodate. The one thing that is interesting about Halo 4 that's very different is here I am. I've just jumped into the game, know nothing about the map, but I never felt like I was absolutely lost. And part of that is because whenever there are ordnance drops and weapon spawns on the map, you have little indicators that tell you where they are. And that made it very helpful in learning the maps as well. I guess even though the weapons spawn in random places, they still spawn in set places, I guess, if that makes any sense. So, in other words, whenever I picked up that scatter shot in the beginning of the game, it won't also always be the scatter shot in that place, but that is one of the places on the map where a weapon will spawn, if that makes any sense. But yeah, the gameplay, like I said, it feels much quicker, much snappier. I felt like I was much more powerful in this game. And to me, that's a very good thing. I feel like even when I don't have a power weapon and I'm just using my regular loadout, I feel like I can still do a good amount of damage even without a power weapon, which to me is something that they really lost in Reach. Reach, to me, I don't know if it was just me or if it's the way the game felt, but the power weapons seemed to dominate the round, and if you were able to get to the power weapons, or even if your teammates were just inept when it came to using the power weapons, a lot of times it would cause your team to lose. But in this game, everything's, I guess, a little more balanced in that you have more opportunities to get power weapons, for one thing, and that is due to the personal ordnance drops, and also just the fact that it gives you a waypoint when a new one spawns. I thought it could be a game breaker earlier, but after playing it, I'm really pleased, and I absolutely love this game. I know I'm being all positive. Let me see if there's anything that I can think of that I don't like about it. Nope. Can't think of anything. I'm sure that something will arise eventually, but so far it's just been a purely awesome experience. The graphics are beautiful. I do like the replacement players joining games that are already in progress. I have run into a couple of situations, though, where you still have that same old frustration that has been with basically every Halo multiplayer game, and that is when your teammates go idle but don't quit out. You still have that issue going on in this game that hasn't changed, and that has affected a couple of the games that I've played. And there's also been a couple of latency, possible lag, network issues. I know that 343 did issue a statement the day of release saying that they were aware of issues with the servers and that they were working on them. For the most part, I didn't have any major lag issues, at least not that felt like they broke the game, but I know that they will exist, and I don't think that's anything that's going to change. So you kind of have to expect that when you're going into multiplayer, at least to some point. If a game is just awful and broken and unplayable because of latency and lag, then that's one thing. But the occasional situation is I guess forgivable. But yeah, I'd love to know what you guys think of the game so far, and if you're playing it or if you're not playing it, or what you'd like to see. So be sure and leave a comment. And with that, I'm just going to let you watch the rest of the gameplay, and I'll talk to you guys later.
Enemy team nearing victory. Enjoy. Ordnance ready. Request confirmed. Game over.